So, Bronwyn, and I'm here with Nay, and we're going to do some we're going to do some card readings today. So, some tarot. Nay's going to do some tarot, and I'm going to do some oracle. So, as you come in, let me know that you are here, so we know that we're not talking to ourselves. And we don't know how long we're going to be here, but we're going to try and answer as many of your questions as possible as we kind of are going through this process. I've known Nay for it's about 18 months. Is that? I was trying to think
might even
about
be a little over.
A little over. Oh, wow.
Yeah, slightly over.
Yeah.
Part of the furniture now, obviously.
Yeah. It's that whole thing. Time goes fast when you're having fun.
Yeah.
And I've been really honoured to get to know you and spend some time with you over that 18 months in that space, watching you develop your skills, which has been awesome seeing that. But for everyone that doesn't know you as they're coming on, I'd love for you to share a little bit about who you are, where you've been, where you're at, so they can get to know you, because I already do. So I'm blessed, but I want everyone else to know how awesome you are.
Absolutely. Well, without giving you the history of the universe, my name is Naomi, or Nay for short, and we met when I enrolled for the college. I just sort of do, sort of study part-time because I do work full-time as a lawyer as well. So I do have a job, but enjoy studying, and this is really my time, I find. And the study was going so well and I was learning so much that I decided to sort of take it to the next level and start doing readings professionally. And so that's sort of where I'm at now, I guess, in a nutshell. It's been a bit of a journey. So a couple of years now, and every day is new, every day is different. I think that's about it.
It's as someone that used to be in corporate, going from there to here, it is a bit of a step. It's not just a little step. It's quite different. Yeah, it really is. In that space, are you, I'm going to call it out, like do people know in the corporate space that this is this whole other side to you?
I don't actively promote myself amongst colleagues. So, and I'm honest about that. If someone asks me or spots my website or sees tarot cards in my handbag, and there's been the odd day, then I'll tell them what I do. But to be honest, I've only ever been met with positivity as well. So the people that have discovered my secret, not that it's a secret, but the people that do know, they've always been really positive, and there's almost a bit of curiosity there too, because I suppose because they know me already, and then suddenly learning something which I suppose is a bit unusual about someone. They're just really understanding and just show a bit of curiosity. So it's a really nice opportunity and a teaching opportunity, really, to tell them a bit about what I do and what other people in this space can do. So it's kind of nice, I guess, to have that balance and be doing something very different from your day job. So a breath of fresh air.
Quite different. I don't know if you've ever had this, but I have, where, because we've got this side to us, and then we encounter other people that are not used to it. They think that we can use it like a magical power to be able to know something that might help us in that other world. So has anyone asked you something like that? Hey, do you use this to your advantage in your work? Has anyone ever asked you anything unusual like that?
People have definitely tried to get readings while sort of out drinking or in the office space, just asking me, can you look into that for me or something? And I always just explain nicely that, it's not a parlour trick. Don't do it at pubs, and I don't do it in sort of situations where it's more of, testing than it is like a divine and experience. So, I guess that's my only comment on that, is that the people that have asked, it's just been people asking for free readings, I guess. And it's like any job. I don't tend to give legal advice to friends outside of, work. I'm not insured to. I take my role as a psychic medium and tarotist really seriously. And I like to be in the right space, the right frame of mind, and prepared for all my readings. So I don't tend to do those ad hoc spontaneous readings.
Yeah, no, I don't either. Well, for the same kind of reason too. It is that honouring of the energy. So yeah, but I have been asked. It's like they think you can, know everything, read everything, and think, oh, you're a psychic.
The remote viewing as well.
Yeah.
So my husband will often lose things, or the kids will lose things and tell me to find them with my mind. It doesn't really work like that.
That's right.
So I wish it did. So.
I know it would be so much easier. I just want to acknowledge a couple of people that are saying hi to us. So thanks for coming on and jumping here. We are going to do some readings, but I wanted to kind of connect and feel Nay's energy. So hi, Anne, and we've got Kerry, we've got Karen, we've got Ness, Chanel, Jennifer. Hi. So as I said, we're going to do some readings as we go through this. So if you do want a reading, Nay's awesome at tarot. Just in case you were wondering. So she's going to be doing tarot. I will be pulling oracle cards and whatever else happens. And so if you've got anything in specific that you want to ask, by all means you can do that. But if it's just give me a reading, like whatever comes up, you can do that as well. So it's really up to you, and we'll just go with whoever we're drawn to as the feed moves up for us. But before we start off, I did want to ask you about. I know you're doing something really new that's really exciting over and above your mediumship readings, your psychic readings, and your tarot. And I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
Yes, and I would love to tell you about that. So I have been burning the midnight oil recently with another renowned medium, Michelle Robinson, also of the college. And the two of us have been collaborating on Hello from the Other Side, which is a new YouTube channel. And I suppose what we do in that space is one of us is the medium, one of us is the host, and we sort of exchange readings, but for the host person that they're thinking of. And the host has, in the previous week, sort of researched a semi-famous person, not too famous that they're identifiable, but someone that the other person won't know but should be able to connect into, and there's enough information online to validate. So we dropped the first episode last Friday, which we've had some really good feedback on. And it is just a 35-minute episode of Michelle went first. So Michelle tuning in to a famous American astronaut and bringing through the messages that she has for the collective, so people that are actually watching, so the viewers. So if you are drawn to check that out, it is available on YouTube under Hello from the Other Side.
And the link's in the chat too. So everyone should subscribe because you're going to be doing. How often are you going to be putting?
Well, the second one comes out today. So that was my reading for me, and I read that one, and so that's ready to go up tonight, which is very exciting.
So without telling us who it is, can you give us a clue?
Oh, a clue. Oh.
Give us a teaser on who the person is. So those that are kind of psychic aligned, see if they can kind of, who is it? And then they can go and watch and see. Check their
I'm going to say European physicist.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. And it was a big reading. I didn't expect that. And this particular person had an enormous life. So in fact, the reading went for, close to 2 hours, and had to pull it right back to try and put it into a form that would be, suitable for YouTube. But yeah, it was an extraordinarily long reading because this person had such a huge life. But really interesting because generally in the client space, as you know, professional space, you're not usually reading people that are involved in historical a large number of historical events and had an enormous impact on the world. So it's been it's very interesting to sort of dip my toes into this. And we're really enjoying it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. So everyone needs to subscribe so you know when the next episode's coming out, and before you go and watch today's episode, tune in and see who it is, and then go and watch it, and then do it. Almost like treat it like your own training exercise. Sit there and go, okay, I've got a little bit of a clue on who it is. Connect in, see if you write down whatever you're kind of picking up, and then as Nay goes through her process of reading, you'll probably be able to tick off anything that aligns.
Absolutely. And these individuals that are stepping forward, sort of volunteering to the host to do it, they're very open and really welcoming for us to even be doing this. So we're finding it that those connections that we're building with them through that research as well has been quite incredible. In fact, I don't know if we shared this online, but the first episode, Michelle and I met just to sort of plan the first episode. And during that planning, Michelle just looked at me and said, is the first person that we're doing, is her name Judy? And then suddenly that was it. And so then we both sat back and was like, okay, well, they're here now. Let's just rock and roll. So we did.
Just hit record and we wanted to look different, but we'll just start today.
That's right. So bit amateur hour on the first one because I was sort of scrambling to validate everything, all the good information that came through Michelle. But such a rewarding experience and just incredible to have a connection with someone without, for instance, without a photo, without having that emotional tie with the sitter and the individual. So just really a really eye-opening experience for both of us, really.
When I heard about it, I was so excited. I don't know if anyone else does this. I'm not sure, but I just thought it was such an innovative, great idea. So I jumped on and had a look at the first episode.
Thank you.
I went and did that. Do you want to pull a couple of cards for people?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, so let's do that. So we're just going to go with who we're drawn to as we're kind of connecting in and looking at. Okay, so Michelle's also watched the first one, so that's great. Good on you, Michelle. Everyone needs to get on there and support it. If you do watch it, make sure, just because of how things work, like if you can kind of like the things, give it to help the algorithm within YouTube. That all helps when someone's trying to do something like what Nay and Michelle are trying to do. And while we're just kind of connecting in, the other thing that I just wanted to mention too, if you are like me and are a fan of Nay's, let's say if you want to be a fan like me, she's got a Facebook page, and so if you wanted to go over there and support her by liking her page or supporting her page, once again, it's about supporting people that are trying to get going and trying to help other people. And we're working with an algorithm, so the more people that go on there and endorse the page with a like, or if there's a post there that you like, a share, that's really going to help Nay reach other people, reach the right person that she can help. So if you feel inclined to do that, that would be just so awesome and greatly appreciated. It's the same with her website, intuitivereadings.com.au. If you want to go and on her website, she's actually got a free app for getting a reading using tarot. So you can just go and use the app, and that's on her website, intuitivereadings.com.au. So Nay's all about service. So if you want to kind of connect with her links, where you find her, Facebook, and you've got obviously the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
I do, yes.
Yeah, all the things. She's got all the things. So if you want to connect with her, do that and support her. That would be awesome.
Are you happy for me to start and draw a card?
You can do it, sure, yeah.
All right, so I can see Jackie here has a question. Keen to know if my POI and I have potential relationship and both want this, or a relationship and both want this. So what I'm seeing there, okay, so the Hanged Man, which is usually indicative of someone who needs to look at something from a different perspective, okay? So in this question, I think you've said, and both of us want this. I assume that means that you want this and you're asking whether or not they might like it as well or be interested in a relationship as well. And I feel that is affirmative there for you, okay? But what Spirit's asking you to do is really to take a step back and look at things from another perspective. So perhaps that's not the right question to be asking at this time, okay? So I'll leave that with you.
Thanks, Nay. And as we do the readings, if anything resonates, makes sense, let us know, because it's really great to have some feedback so we know if we're choosing the words that would make sense for where you're at in that, because we are trying to find the right words for the energy that we feel. So I was drawn to Pauline Monk, it was. So Pauline was asking a specific question there. And what was coming up for me, Pauline, in regard to that is there. So we were talking about moving, and I think there was a holiday. So seeing me moving. So what I was aware of was this, I'm going to say this, not being able to make the right decisions, or things weren't moving forward in a really nice, clean way initially. So there was a bit of going in circles, or feeling like we were going in circles. That being said, though, being actually supported by those that really love you as you move through that. So I'm aware of this. So even though if you're currently going through, or just been through what feels like a little bit of a tough patch, or things not going how you would hope, it's like I just can't kind of move forward type of energy, know that that is shifting and changing. It's shifting and changing really soon, because I'm aware of that. And I'm also aware of great support by either someone that's really intimate, so a really close person there, and that even in that space I'm aware of a really nice heart connection. So it could be romantic, it could just be someone that's just really aligned in there. This is so anything that feels like I just can't kind of, it's like one step forward, two steps back energy, that's shifting and changing. Thanks. And around that, as soon as that moves, that energy moves, your move, the actual move will kick in. So I'm aware of that there's just this legacy energy around you at the moment, and that's going to shift and change really quickly, because it feels like me like weeks or a month. It's like we're right at the edge of it. Thanks. Thanks. And thank you. And the holiday, in regards to that, I want to say we just got to wait just a smidgen longer, because I know you're tired. I know you really need it, but I'm aware of this small delay with things. So know that it's coming, but just be a little bit open on the timeline of when it occurs, because it's just going to be a little bit longer than what you hope for, until you get these things. So that's for Pauline. Nay, is there anyone that you're drawn to?
Yes, Raylene would like a card. Okay. And so for Raylene, I have Queen of Wands energy, which is indicative of creativity and confidence. So really calling on you now to think about how you can be creative in your life. I'm actually seeing scissors as well. So I feel as though this will be doing something with your hands and something creative. So I don't know if you already do some sort of quilting or sewing or something. Something tangible, something that you can hold and create would be really good for you. And the reason for that is it's because it's really going to open up your heart center and bring more happiness in for you. So Spirit would really like you to do that. They're also telling me about confidence as well now. It's almost as though you can take those extra steps and get more confidence if you sort of practice more creative things, okay? And so that's going to be really good for you moving into the future.
That's great. So all right. So I'm drawn to Anna in regards to communication. So communication and progress in relationship. So there.
I love all the purple hearts on Anna's message too.
Yes. So Anna, thanks. So as I'm kind of connecting into that, thanks. What I'm being made aware of is you really, to help in that communication space, it's about you really speaking from your heart. So if you've got any kind of hesitation, or you're second guessing your words, really thinking them through, it's about dropping into your heart and allowing you to speak directly from there and not analysing it through your head. That will help with the improvement of the communication. And also in that questioning too, because I'm aware too that when you say something, it's being heard a little bit different to when you have said it. So there's a bit of lost in translation occurring there. So just get them to repeat it back to you how they've heard it, so you can clarify, so that to help with the communication that's not coming through clearly as we would hope. Thanks. The other thing too is that I do hear the word move. So there will be, and it doesn't feel like work, so it actually feels like a physical move that would be more domestic, that I'm aware of, that's coming up too. Thanks. But they are pushing it a little bit down the timeline, so I know it's not something that's occurring in the next few months, but I'm aware of a move there that is showing up for you. So that was for Anne. Thanks. Is there anyone that you're drawn to, Nay?
Yes. Okay. Sue Kendall would love a reading. Okay, and so for Sue, I'm getting the Knight of Pentacles. So this is usually representative of someone who's putting in the hard work, okay? So hard work, a lot of responsibility, and also loyalty. So I feel as though this is really your character, and it's time to really thank yourself for that and make sure that you are rewarding yourself and exercising, sort of doing sort of exercises of self-care for yourself, because you have brought yourself to this place of it's very close to the finish line, it feels. So a place where you've done a lot of hard work and you've taken on a lot of responsibility, but you really need to remember to rest and really look after yourself. So really asking you to do that and think about, what was that? Okay. And so I almost feel as though in this coming week as well, things are going to feel a little bit more tiring as well. And it's going to be really important for you to look after yourself and take those moments to breathe as well. Okay.
So I'm drawn to Yvette Wilson's, just no question in particular, just wanted a card pulled. So what's coming up as far as your message is in regards to anything that you've been working towards, putting a lot of effort in. I'm aware of really strong, solid foundations there. Lots of nice positive change coming in for you there too. And if we've got relationships that have, needed a bit of attention, everything feels really great. So we're relationships are shifting and changing. Foundations are nice and strong. It's a real awesome energy for you to be able to kind of now step forward. So if you've got any hesitation about, should I move forward? Is this the right choice for me? Am I heading in the right direction? Without any hesitation, it feels right in that space. Thanks. And if we're looking for a time of things, because someone just shared out 11 weeks, so I'm just going to give you that just in case there's anything that we're waiting on a time space, because they've said that to me. But there's a lot of abundance. Everything just feels like it's all falling into place for you, and it's been a long time coming, because I also hear there's been a long time that you've been waiting for this, which feels really nice. So as things open up, lean into that and step into it with excitement, whatever the future looks like. It's like, don't let yourself wait, hesitate, or hold back in any way as these opportunities present, because everything looks really nicely aligned.
Gorgeous. That's a lovely reading. And I'm going to read for Rita. Anything on relationship for me? The Lover's card. 100%.
Excitement.
Very exciting. So lovers can also indicate a Gemini, but lovers is also choice, okay? So it may not mean that, and I am hearing choices. So it may not be one individual in particular, but it might just mean that you have choices in this space. So don't feel as though you have to take the first offer when it comes to moving forward in a relationship, but certainly the Lover's card is really positive in line with this question. And I do feel as though this comes in the next couple of months for you too. So not this month, April. Okay. So it's almost as though you've had a pivot in your life recently as well. And that's what's opened you up to this. So I don't know if you felt that there's been substantial change, but I am being made aware that there was a pivot. I feel as though it's earlier this month or late February, and that sort of opened you up to this new opportunity or this new energy, which is really exciting. So enjoy that.
Yay. And the answer is yes. I just saw your comment there, so the answer is yes. I just want to see who I was trying to pull a card, and then I forgot because I saw what Ian asked me. I've got a mind like a fish sometimes on a Friday. Let me just go again. All right. While I'm kind of shuffling the cards because I lost my person, sorry, it'll come into my mind. I want to let everyone know that I have a free class coming up, and there'll be a link in the chat if you'd love to know about psychic readings, how to structure a psychic reading, how to deliver a psychic reading, not with cards like a normal psychic reading, I call these an oracle card reading. So not one of these. So a psychic reading without tools. By all means, join my free class. It's a webinar coming up in a couple of weeks, and the link is going to be in the chat shortly. So
what's amazing about that class is that it's also going to give people that ability to tune in themselves, and not have to rely on other psychics and other people to help them. It's really just a life skill having those abilities, isn't it? It's such a gift. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm biased, of course, right? Because I do it and I teach it, so I'm 100% biased. But the reason why I do it and teach it, it's why pay for a reading when you know how to do it yourself? Even if you don't want to read for others, just to be able to apply it to your life is pretty awesome. So all right. So let's just see. All right. Well, I just want to see, my little thing is not moving properly here. Sorry. Okay.
And for anyone that misses out on a reading in here today, if you go to my website, there is a link that says free tarot, and that is where you will find the free tarot reader in there. The feedback from that is that it carries just as much energy as the cards. Okay, so you can choose 3 tarot cards from that virtual deck, and it will be able to, all you need to do is sort of sit there, think about your question or set your intention, and then draw those cards, and they will be relevant to you. Okay, so please enjoy that.
Thanks. So I finally worked out my navigation bar. So I've got a card here for Jessica. She's asked no specific question, just that she would like a card. And so, Jessica, what's coming up for me in regards to you is, I'm going to say new. So it's new opportunities, new experiences. These are all coming up for you. There's also going to be an element in relationships that's improving. So, and you, even how you feel about yourself in the relationships, you are going to feel better. You might feel more confident. You might even feel, I'm going to say, like you're more alluring in that space. Thanks. They're also making me aware too that I hear the word travel. So I know that there's going to end short trips. So there's short trips that are coming up, and they're backwards and forwards. So either you're going to a location, you keep going backwards and forwards to there, or there's someone that you're visiting all the time. Thank you. And I'm aware of the support that you're providing around this visit backwards and forwards, because they're actually letting me know there. So be really mindful, even though because they're making me aware of looking after your own energy as you are supporting someone else or you're doing this, because it does feel like a support energy there. But within you, there's a level of confidence that will be rising. So embrace that confidence, Jessica.
Lovely. And I hope I'm going to pronounce this correctly. Nopti, I will read for you. Okay. And we have 4 of Swords. So this is someone who's been working really hard and is really exhausted, and someone that really needs to take a rest. Okay. So it is the rest recovery, and often the contemplation card as well, I hear for you. So needing to really take a step back and just breathe for a while and think about how things are looking, to sort of reassess. And once you've found your feet and rested, things are going to improve enormously. So there is, you are being called to consider how it is that you can rest, because oftentimes, the day gets away from us. We need more than 24 hours in the day. And we just feel like we're sort of getting around like a cyborg at times, being really tired. But it is really important to take a step back and reflect and really breathe and give yourself that rest that your body and your mind really needs. Okay.
Thanks, Nay. Pauline, the answer is yes. Let's just so you know. So I'm drawn to Chris Buzz Gentle. I like the energy of Buzz Gentle, so I'm drawn to you. In that, what's coming up for me is being able to ask for help. So don't think that you can do it alone. So make sure that you are asking for help. And I just want to understand why. Thanks. And that's in the whatever would be considered your professional space. So whatever you're doing there. So it could be work. If you're not working, it's however you occupy most of your time, but it feels like a work energy to me. And being able to ask for help, not taking everything on yourself, and making sure that you are letting people know that you need help or you're delegating is really important. That's coming up there. And I just want to get a little bit more of it. Thanks. And that will allow for any, I'm going to say, clearing of energy if it feels like it's been a bit heavy, or that you could feel like just feel a little bit overwhelmed. That's coming up too, because I'm aware of this kind of stormy clouds being moved away from you. So it is about just putting your hand out and allowing someone to grab it to be able to support you.
Okay. And Jeanette, can I have A message, please. Spirit is acknowledging how much hard work that you've been doing. And what they're asking you to do is really pat yourself on the back for all of that hard work that you've been doing, because I almost feel as though the marathon's not over for you and you're still going, but you do need to thank yourself and sort of practice gratitude in that space and be grateful for everything that you have, because you're doing a wonderful job. And so really that's your message today, is to thank yourself for where you are, because you're doing a great job. Because I do hear that it's been like a marathon and a lot of hard work. It's sort of a general theme for everyone today. Everyone's been working really hard and everyone's really quite tired. And, Spirit is asking people to just be really kind to themselves at this time and really gentle.
Thanks, Nay. So this is for Nat, which said that our courses were great. So thanks, Nat. So I actually went to get a card, but 4 cards came out for you. So I'll just go through them in regards to your sort of energy and the question that you've got there. You did say that it was about a personal issue. I don't know if it's a man, but I do have a connection there for man or an intimate relationship that is coming up there. I'm also aware too of this wisdom that you've got within you, but there feels like either the information, I don't know if it's gossip or just people talking, there is that type of vibration around it in regards to either things aren't being said that are honest or truth, or you're just questioning what's being said around the situation. Tap into your wisdom, because this has also come up for you too. So there is a lot of wisdom within you and because they've taken me down to the gut space. So I want you to connect in there to feel the truth as your way that you're navigating your way through this, because you're exceptionally attuned and that will help you. So don't listen to this at all. It's going to lead you astray. Listen down into this heart gut space for you. Thanks. The other thing too, thanks. 3 months, that actually I've heard that. So I don't know if it's been going for 3 months or 3 months relate in some other way, but I've actually heard those words and it feels like a time associated around this connection. So for me, when I summarize all that for you, it is really trusting what you are feeling in regards to anything that's that you think might be said, or that's conversation wise that just doesn't feel right, because what you're feeling is right. So don't listen to the words, really tap into the feeling of the vibration of the language, and you'll know how to navigate your way through this. Thanks. Thank you. They just said stand in your truth. So whatever is your truth around this situation, really hold that as you're navigating your way through this. Someone just said you're strong and fierce. So I know that must be a truth, just because it's coming from where mediumship comes in. So there's a little bit of a cheerleader that's starting to show up here for you. Thanks. Connected feels very maternal to me. So I don't know if it's a grandmother or a mother, but because I'm not going to turn around and look, because it'll turn into a whole other thing. But know that you are supported in that way, Nat.
Lovely. And Sarah Gentle would like a card or a message, please. Okay. And this is the 4 of Wands, which is the 1111 card. I feel, which generally indicates celebration and a time of happiness. So for you, I almost feel as though this is asking you to look out for messages from Spirit. And I do wonder whether this, I don't know whether you've been noticing recently, but I feel as though you have been getting a lot of messages coming in that might be coming through from, I'm actually seeing a microwave with 1111 written on it. It might have been number plates. It might have just been seeing numbers somewhere, but I feel as though Spirit is communicating to you in various ways at the moment, and they're just asking you to look out for that and look out for those communications, because that is an opportunity when you do notice these things out and about in your everyday, for you to just stop, acknowledge, and then those messages will flow more freely. You almost sort of open the gate when you start acknowledging those one by one as they come in, okay? And so Spirit is saying that it is communicating to you, and that this is a time of celebration and happiness for you as well. So that's wonderful.
Thanks, Nate. And it's one of you is moving. That's what I knew. So if you're not moving, they're moving, because I was aware of this move that was associated around your question, just so you are aware. Okay. I'm drawn to Nadine there about her work changes. So I just want to see what's coming up there. All right. So as I'm connecting into your work changes, thank you. Thanks. So to me, there is a lot of, it's not just changes for you. I'm aware of changes around you as well. So whether it is lots of people are moving, restructure, a lot of movement around there, that's coming up there too. The other thing that I'm aware of too, that I hear poise. So I know that this is where there is preparation that's occurred there. The changes, whilst they may feel a little bit, where we don't enjoy change. Sometimes we don't enjoy change and it makes us feel a little bit nervous like that. This actually, the outcome of it is really positive. So even though there might be, I kind of don't know how it's going to land or how it's going to work out for me, I'm aware of it opening a great path or great opportunities for you. It's almost like it's moving things out of the way for you to really be able to decide what you want to do, but also where you want to go, because I'm aware of this. I don't know if you've been there for a long time, because it feels quite stagnant to me, like as if we have been there for a long time, but it also doesn't feel like it's something that really lights you up. So sometimes we have these changes that allow us to go, what do I want to do that actually aligns with me a little bit more? How can I make this align with me a little bit more? It reminds me of that scenario. And it's not a negative thing. It actually is a positive thing, even though we can feel a little bit nervous around it. So know that there are these changes. They're affecting more than one person, because I'm aware of this. It's going to create great opportunities based on what's getting moved out of the way. But the thing that comes up more important around work, even though that is the impact for home. So I'm aware of that being a real sanctuary for you, and where you just rest and restore in that space. Or you just love to always be home. Allow yourself to really connect into that space and really recharge in a really nice way as the changes at work unfold for you.
Okay. And Tanya Duff would like a card. Okay, Tanya, I have the King of Wands. King of Wands generally indicates leadership. So really being asked by Spirit at this time to step up and be that leader, because I feel as though you do have a vision already in your mind, and it's almost like, how am I going to execute that? And what they're saying is you need to lead by example there, okay? The King of Wands is an interesting character because his cloak is actually covered in, you can see the numbers, there's little salamanders down here, and salamanders are known as, in mythology, as the lizard or the animal, the creature that can't get burnt. And so we associate them with risk-taking, okay, because the salamander can take risk because he doesn't get burned. And that's almost who you are in this, okay? So just, take that step and really, obviously exercise cautious risk, but take that step and just be aware that Spirit's with you on that journey as well, okay? So that's all good things for you.
Awesome. I just want to point out to everyone, just in case they've missed it, how awesome is Naomi, otherwise known as Nay, and how fabulous is she at tarot?
I just love it. My first tarot deck was my sister's. I stole it. I stole it when I was a little girl. And I hid it in my room. I didn't know how to read it because it was one of the old Rider-Waite decks, and the instructions. I don't know if you've ever tried to read one of those booklets, but the instructions may as well have been in a different language for me. Didn't understand them, but they really spoke to me, and I think the art really spoke to me. And so that's why I picked up tarot again in adulthood, and I just love it. Just love it.
And for those that weren't here when I spoke about it before, on Nay's website, she has an app that allows you to go on there and do your own reading, which is a really nice give back too, considering you can book a reading with you, but if you don't want to, they're able to do that, which is fabulous. The other thing that we haven't told people about is that you go on a radio show.
I do. Once a week, I'm on A1R Psychic Radio, which is a worldwide radio show. I just have a 20-minute segment in there where I do free readings there as well. So usually, sometimes mediumship, but usually psychic readings and a little bit of tarot as well. So really, really enjoy doing that. It's, a happy time. It's a fun show. A lot of fun.
And so when do you do that?
It is at about, the time's just changed today, actually. So it's 10 o'clock on Fridays. And you can listen to the replays on YouTube and Spotify, but it does go on Facebook Live and YouTube Live as well on Moonstruck TV. So a few links in my Facebook page.
Okay, fabulous. And you'll see the link pop up for the Facebook page again shortly. So for anyone that wants to go and support Nay, do that. As I said before, click on her page to support her. That way the algorithm will get it in front of the people that it needs to be in front of. So okay. To your grandma. Okay, Nat. Yeah, it felt like I'm going to say like a nana. Actually, no, I know it's her because she just corrected me with the Italian. So, yeah. All right, so I'm drawn to Sue, and so I just want to see what's coming up for her. Thanks, and thank you. Thanks. So what's coming up around is just because you haven't put a specific question there, so it is a general reading in that is, thank you. They're talking about the energy. So sometimes we have patterns and cycles, and you're just like, I feel like I'm on the same ride, just that there's different people on the ride with me, but it feels like it's the same. So if you've got anything that kind of feels like, I feel like I've done this before, or a lesson that hasn't been integrated, I'm aware of the repeat lessons. And what I'm being told is that in that space to kind of change things in your world, it is about just showing up a little bit differently, allowing yourself to present yourself in whatever the circumstances a little bit different to what your normal default would be. And all that will do is just shift the energy a little bit, and it will change everything for you. So allow the cycles to be broken in life by just changing yourself or how you present in a particular situation just a little bit, and it's going to change everything for you. They're also making me aware of really needing to ground. So that can either, some people like to do it in a visualization. I'm a simple girl, so I'm just like, take your shoes off and go outside and spend some time just doing that, 5 or 10 minutes. If you feel a little bit flustered, a little bit overwhelmed, or things are just getting a little bit much, just go and do that. And it'll just bring you really back in a really nice space for you. Thanks. They're also making me aware too that you are supported by Spirit, because I just heard a reference, either because I just heard Mum is here, so either you are the mum of the person in Spirit, or Mum is in Spirit, because I just heard those two words. So just wanted to let you know about that.
And I think, Bronwyn, you are anything but a simple girl. I could use a lot of words to describe you. Simple's not one of them. Brilliant, amazing. Creative, so many. Okay, and I'm going to read for Jessica Bryant. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Jennifer, beg your pardon. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Welcome. This is also my first time here too, so I'm also excited. Okay, so for you, I have the Three of Pentacles, which is the collaboration energy. So I almost feel as though you do have a project coming in for you shortly with another individual. I feel as though this is going to be really good for you. And I feel as though it happens in the first half of this year. I'm hearing, I feel as though that's May. Something takes off in May there. So it's almost as though you're invited to collaborate on a project together, and there is a working opportunity there. And that's going to be really good for you. So enjoy that.
That's awesome. Thanks for the validation, Nadine, too. So anyone that's kind of validated, as I said, we appreciate it, because then we know that we're choosing the words that would resonate with you as we're translating the vibration. So we're just going to pull a couple more cards before we finish up. So if you want us to be drawn to you, that would be just let us know so we can do that. All right. So let me just kind of go. All right. So, all right. So this is for Naomi Brown on there. So Naomi, the card that came out for you is one that would represent to double check everything that's, so not everything's going to appear as it seems. So this is one of those situations where you can't take things on face value. So really allow yourself to use your own guidance in that space as you're making decisions moving forward, because not everything is something that you can take it, as I said, as it looks. And I'm also being made aware of too, if you've felt that you've had to make changes or change the way you speak or change the way that you show up so you can be accepted or people will, connect with you in some way, then I'm told stop. Pretty straightforward. And this could even be around family, just based on the family card that has come out here. So it is really about just having a little bit of awareness and staying true to yourself and being authentic for you, particularly around those that are in that family space.
And Debbie, I absolutely love Lady Beetles, so I'm going to have to draw a card for you. The Queen of Swords. So I am hearing for you, this is around clarity, and I feel as though things have been blurry. In particular, communication's been blurry in the earlier part of this year. I do feel as though things are going to clear up for you, and Spirit is asking you, it's almost as though Spirit is asking you just to take time for yourself and exercise self-care again there. So that message coming through again. So that need to ground. I'm also hearing nature's really important here for you. So it might be just as simple as going outside and, you know, when you peg the clothes on the line, taking your shoes off. Okay, you don't need to hug a tree. You don't need to spend enormous amounts of time bushwalking or anything, but it is really just taking those small opportunities to spend time in nature. So either kicking off your thongs to hang the clothes on the line, or, you know, doing some gardening, patting the dogs and cats, whatever it might look like for you, but spending time in nature will really help you get that clarity back again. Okay.
Awesome. So that's, Sue's just told me that Mum is in spirit. So she just said Mum is here. So she's definitely here. And she's also acknowledging, as now she's obviously someone that just loves to have a chat, because she's kind of pushing in. But before I kind of shift and pull another card, Sue, I just wanted to let you know that she is acknowledging to me what feels like what is coming, because I hear like the word birthday. So if someone's got a celebration like that coming up, she's making me aware of that. Or it's hers, based on what she just said.
Which you should celebrate anyway, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So, all right. So I just I'm drawn to Colin. So Colin's there. He's I'm really happy right now. A new chapter of his life. So that's really great. And it's interesting. So I pulled this card here for you, Colin, and which this is great based on what you've just said there, because that card is all about that manifesting, creating your future by really focusing on what you want. And if you're already in this great space where you're feeling, awesome, that's the best time to manifest, right? When your energy's in that space, to allow you to do that and allow your imagination to go wild. Because I just heard those two words put together. So like, don't play small when you're going to manifest. Like go, it's like, go hard, go home. Like really aim for something big. Don't limit yourself, even if it is something that is really practical, because they just showed me like the foundation of a house. So even if it's something like it's a practical thing, like a building, go for it, aim for it, for sure, because the energy is fabulous for you at the moment for that.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it's exciting times. There's a lot happening astrologically at the moment too. Going to be an exciting first half of the year, I think.
Yay! I always think of it in the numerological space. It's like year 9, yay! Move all the things that aren't awesome. Thanks. I'm already experiencing it. It's so fabulous. Keep clearing. All right. So, Nay, do you want to finish with like a little collective for those that we haven't been able to?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just asking Spirit for a message for the collective. So that's for anyone tuning in now or someone in the future who may stumble across this, and just know that it's relevant at the time that it comes through to you. Okay, and so it's making me aware of the Queen of Pentacles, which is this really soft, responsible energy. And I always think about it as the responsibility card, okay? The mother that always has enough to feed her children, and just really being mindful of where your spending lies at the moment, but also knowing that that it's important to treat yourself now and again, and really achieving that balance as well with the Queen of Pentacles. So really striving for balance, not just in finances, but also in other areas of your life, okay? So spending time at work, spending time at home, spending time on yourself as well. So spending time on yourself is not the same as spending time at home. You really do need to set time aside for yourself and your mental health, and for your heart as well, doing the things that you love, and really exercising your creativity as well, and looking for opportunities to do that, no matter how it looks for you. Okay, listening to music, doing sewing, drawing things, painting things, cooking, dancing, however that presents to you. Okay, so really, really doing creative things is really going to help in the next couple of months anyway. So I do hear that that's good for everyone in the collective at the moment. So enjoy that message.
Thanks, Nay. Tying in with yours, I've got in regards to that rest and restore. So it's like allowing our energy to recalibrate. Even though we're in this space that sometimes we know it feels like the energy is urgent, we need to get things done, things are moving fast, the world's moving fast around us. I keep hearing be patient. So if we've got this level of frustration because we think we should be going somewhere or doing something a little bit faster than what we are, it's not the case. It will feel like that around you, but everything's going how it should. The second half of the year is going to feel really different to the first half. So now is this rejuvenation time. It's also about finding the people that resonate with you, or spending more time with the people that resonate with you, and watching where you put your energy in. So not applying it to people that are not the right frequency, or not the frequency that you like to be around at the moment. That's this whole recalibration I hear that we are going through. So that is just an awareness for us as we're kind of maneuvering through this, and things are shifting and changing, and it feels like in our peripheral, like everything's moving around there, to know that we will, if we rest, we look after ourselves, we allow ourselves to rejuvenate and spend time with those that are the right frequency, or the frequency that align with us. We will navigate any challenges or anything that feels like it's a little bit uncomfortable or makes us feel uncomfortable with a great deal of ease.
Lovely.
So, once again, before we finish up, I just want to thank everyone for being here, for asking questions. Please go and support Nay on her YouTube channel. The links are in the chat. Go and love on her Facebook page. You know how awesome she is now. You've got to experience her. I've shared her. Haven't just kept her for myself. I've shared her. She is so amazing. She's an amazing tarot reader. You've seen that. She's just got the most amazing heart. I said that to her the other day, and I think she thought I was joking. She told me, "You're testing me."
Made me blush, Bronwyn.
It's my truth. She is obviously smart, gifted, but the thing that I love about her too is that the level of sensitivity that she has, and the passion that she has for this work. And so if anyone is drawn to Nay, please go and connect with her in whatever way that you want to. She is a phenomenal human, and everyone should know that she exists. Thank you, Nay, for sharing your gifts here today and hanging out with me for a bit.
Oh, thank you so much. And thanks everyone else for coming as well. I hope to connect with you all in the future.
Thank you, guys. Have an absolutely awesome weekend, and go out there and look after yourselves and make someone's day. Just give them a smile. You don't have to know them. Just change the frequency of someone's world by the way that you show up and interact with them. Have an awesome weekend. Bye.